Welcome. This is another episode of the Thriving Superstar Guest Expert Interview series, and we have a new moon in Virgo. It's a 999. It's a very special day today, and we also have a very special guest today. So, guest today is Shawn Cohen, and she's born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, U.S., and she's now in England, London, England, where she's been for the last 34 years. And she's also been, offering her gifts and services in the metaphysical arts. And what a range of services she has. So I'll just give you some examples. I can't list all of them, but some are she's a psychic medium, she's master tarot reader, she's astrologer, numerologist, healer, counselor, and teacher, of course. So we'll be hearing a lot from her because, she has so many different angles that she's coming from. And she's also the author of the Tarot workbook, and some metaphysical workbooks also. So she's done a lot of work in past 35 years in this area, and she's appeared in numerous like local, international newspapers, magazines, and radio shows. So she also has her own radio show too, the Cafe Esoterica radio show. That's on Blog Talk Radio, and we'll hear more about that later. So
Yes.
many things, so many hidden, hidden things to explore.
Lots
So
of
welcome, Sean. I'm
thank
so glad,
thank
so
you.
glad
Thank you. It's so
to
lovely to be here with you. Thank
yeah. So tell us about your work, what your real passion behind all of this that you do.
I think I was born a psychic, and when you're born a psychic and you don't quite understand it, and you don't quite know why you have dreams that come true, and you don't quite know why you see things that other people say they don't see, it really forces you to do something about it. You know what I mean? It
Mm-hmm.
really makes you think, well, what's happening here? And that really is my passion, to make people understand what being psychic is, that we're all psychic, really, but some of us are born aware. And then some of us are told that we're not psychic even when we are. And some of us are told
Mm-hmm.
to suppress it. And some of us are told we're crazy. And some of us are told, oh, all kinds of, that it's the devil's work, and whatever else.
Right.
So my goal has always been to enlighten people, to open the door for people, to walk through that door with their head held high. It's a wonderful gift.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's psychic. Everybody.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So when people seek out psychic readers, they're also helping you tap into your own gifts too.
Yes. Yes. They also, what happened to me was very bizarre, but in today's sort of understanding of spiritual awakening, it's not that bizarre. I had a boyfriend who I met when I was 14 and he was 16. It was Romeo and Juliet. He lived on the other side of town. He had a motorcycle and my mother would take me around, but he was lovely. He was a good boy, really. And he was my boyfriend all during high school, and I loved him deeply, and he loved me. And because he was 2 years older than me, he got to sort of graduate high school before me. He went to another high school, so across town where he lived. And he was very wise, I think, a Pisces, very wise beyond his years. And he would say things to me that I didn't really understand. I didn't really understand. And I would think to myself, what's he talking about? But then, it was a crazy time, the 70s. I'm talking about 1970 to 74. And the Vietnam War in America was still raging, and there was demonstrations everywhere, and everybody was peace, love, and freedom, and rock and roll. And it was a great time to be alive, really. It was really fun. There was a lot of craziness going on, but we were very anti-establishment. That was the whole thing, to be a rebel.
Mhm.
And with my moon in Aquarius and my sun in the third house, I was really right in my element. And I would listen to, he turned me on to the Moody Blues and Pink Floyd and, the Doors and all these great, the Beatles, of course, I knew, everyone knew the Beatles, but, the lyrics, listen to the lyrics, listen to what they're saying. And I would listen to the lyrics and I would say to myself, what does that mean? One more time to live and I have made it mine. Don't we only live one time? You know, that's how I slowly but surely woke up. And then, tragedy is a big awakening for a lot of people. And basically, he died when I was 23 and he was 25. And although we weren't together anymore, his spirit visited me. And I didn't know about reincarnation. I never heard the word reincarnation. I didn't understand what happened after death because I was still young and it wasn't on my mind to think about such things.
Mhm.
And when I saw his spirit, that really woke me up. I was like, I could not go back anymore. I cannot pretend that I'm not hearing this or seeing this. And he would come in my dreams every night. And he would say to me, first, that he loved me, even though we were broken up, and he cheated on me. And that's why I broke up with him. And it was very painful when I was 18 and he was 20. And we were living together in California at that point. And, men sometimes, young boys, it was 20 years old, whatever. But we had made it up before we had made up as friends. We had made up. I had seen him at university. He was going to the same school, well, college as me in California. And so the moral of the story is somebody loves you enough to come back after their death and tell you there is no death and I'm not really dead. That's pretty strong stuff in
Those
1979.
were the words.
Those were the words he said to me. I'm not really dead and there is no death. And I would cry to my mother, the Scorpio, and who's my grandmother. Her mother was Irish and known to be psychic. So my mother knew, you have your grandmother's gift, but they didn't know what to do about it or what it meant, and I would feel him around me and I would cry and think, why is he coming? Why is he doing this? My girlfriends all thought I was nuts. Listen, he cheated on you. Why do you care about him? Those are the words exactly that they said to me, even though he died, and they all knew him. Right. So I realized just by that alone, I was different. Just by that experience, I was now marked completely different. And I could not go on with my life as it was. I could not. And I knew that somewhere inside, I had to find out what it was that he was trying to let me know, even though I didn't understand, as I said, the word reincarnation. The great, wonderful gift that Dr. Raymond Moody gave the world was the book Life After Life in 1979. And I found that book in Pittsburgh. It was very hard to find anything like that. And I went back to California, and that book is all about people who died and woke up after they died, and they had the experience of death and came back. And we call that now, an after death, right? After life after death experience. And or near death experiences, they're known as today, right? But because of these experiences, I knew I had to find out what I knew he wouldn't lie to me. He was not a liar. I knew, that he was definitely trying to show me something. And I had to follow what he was showing me. And I went back to California, and through an amazing coincidence, there are no coincidences, okay? Spirit is very strong about lining you up to things. So I was working as a waitress. I had already been back to Pittsburgh from California to help my mother. I worked in this jazz nightclub in high heels with a cocktail tray for a couple years. It was quite a story. I fell in love with someone else that was after Glenn, and he was much older than me, and his name is Art, and he also died. So I have two boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, who look after me in the spirit world. That's another thing very unique about me. And people come to my house and they feel them. They know that they're here. My daughter knows that they're here. And but they each gave me something. One, Glenn gave me, my first boyfriend, the fact that there is life after death. And Art said to me he was a born again Christian at the end of his life. It was the worst thing that could have happened to him. And he said to me, because I was a psychic, he didn't want to see me. This was 1994. I'm jumping the gun here. And so when he died and he came back and I didn't know he died, and he appeared in front of me, and I was already a trained psychic for years and years and years. And I'm in London, England, and he died in Pittsburgh. And he was 76 years old because he was older than me. I was 47, 48. And I couldn't believe I was looking at him. I couldn't believe I was seeing his spirit, his this white light, and his beautiful, handsome face. He was an ex-heavyweight boxer, so he was very, very handsome, rugged, big guy, and full of fun. He was really fun and lovely to me. And he said to me, "Shawn, love never dies." He put those words in my head telepathically, and I was like, my mouth was on the floor. I'm like, God. So just when I thought I knew it all after Glenn and studying metaphysics and getting my degrees and getting my nursing degree and getting my psychology degree and doing endless workshops and endless therapy and endless reading and endless teaching, he came back and showed me even more. So you never really do stop learning. And if you're very lucky like me, you get, two people from your soul group who love you enough to do that for you. That's really,
Yeah,
it's really what it
it's
is.
very eye-opening.
And as an Aries, being a pioneering spirit, and my last life with Art was in the Old West pioneering. So no wonder where California was a big favor for all three of us, for Glenn too. And I think, you know, sometimes we're just repeating patterns from old lives. We're just going over and over and over the same old ground, until we get it right. And I went myself, I'm a past life regressionist myself, trained in that too. And I've taken many people all over the world, whatever their language, I've taken them back to past lives, right? But when Art died, I took myself to a past life regressionist here in London, and I saw these 5 different lives with him. That was just what came up. One was definitely the Old West. That was the last one. And we had a dream to go to California together, and it just makes so much sense. And he,
They
and
continued.
and he died in that life, and I mourned him. And then I went to another life. It was in Venice, Italy, and it was all during this sort of Renaissancey time. And in that life, I died, and at a certain age, because people didn't live that long in these other lives. But and he mourned me. So there is this kind of thing that we do for each other, you know. Um,
Yeah.
but I loved both these men when I was very young. Okay, I'm 62 now. So I just want to be clear about that, because I think people think, well, I've been mourning them for, 4 decades. No. Len has been with me a long time. He comes and goes. They don't stick around because they're attached to me in some way. They just come when they want to come. And they visit. And often I get messages in my dreams about them too, different times, different experiences. But all these things led me to really go for a degree in metaphysics to understand what it is that I have. Imagine you're Mozart, you're 4 years old, you have this tremendous gift, but you have no idea how to use it. You don't have a piano, what good is it?
Mhm.
Right? And
What
and
was it? What was the first age that you recollected having that type of experience?
I had
Like, do,
I used to lay in bed at night and feel someone pulling my toes. And what was unusual about this is that my sister and I shared a room. She's a year younger than me, right? And we had these beds that were like on the ground, and one your feet would face one wall and your feet would face the other wall, and our heads, we'd have like our stereo sat in between. And so nobody could literally stand behind your bed. Nobody. There was no room for
Mhm.
it. And I would wake up and feel someone pulling my toe. And I would say to my mother, I felt someone pulling my toes last night. And she would say to me, oh, that's your grandmother, which was my Irish grandmother who died when I was about 7 years old. So, I never thought about it. Because my parents were mixed religion. My mother's Catholic, my father was Jewish. And I never thought about it. It never dawned on me that it was anything other than she said it, okay, I don't have to think about it. But when it really hit me was really when he died. And then I could not think about it.
Mhm.
He wouldn't let me not think
Right,
about
because it was a powerful, meaningful,
it.
like a
Right.
reason why.
And he was in my dreams every single night. Every night. I would go to bed and
Oh.
be, Shawn, I'm not really dead. Or he'd show me things, he'd show me bits of heaven. He'd show me places we went together on the back of his motorcycle. I was usually or in his
Oh, okay.
he'd show me things like in California when we lived together. It's almost like he was showing me because he died at such a young age. At 25, I was a big part of his life. You understand?
Mhm.
From the time he was 16, and I wasn't the only part. I know he went on and he had his own life too after we broke up. But somehow, as Art said, love never dies. When you love people, you still love them after you die, and they love you. And
Mhm.
that's why I have mediumship is a big deal in my work, because if I can give a message from heaven from anyone in the spirit world, even pets,
Mhm.
I can pick up pets too, which is wonderful. I have a
Yeah.
funny story. A mother came to me about a couple years ago, maybe 5 years ago. And she said to me, I'm here and I want a reading, and she booked in for a reading. And at the time, I was reading her, and I saw in my head this snake. I'm thinking to myself, what is this? What is this? Right? Here's a snake, and it wouldn't go away. And I know from my work that when something doesn't go away, you definitely meant to say, you must. And so I said to her, look, I know this sounds completely nuts, but I have to tell you, did you ever own a snake? She went, oh my God, my son had a snake. He loved that snake. That snake we kept in a big, one of those big terrarium thingies. And
Mhm.
oh, he absolutely adored that snake. And he cried and cried and cried when the snake died. And we had him many, many years. I said, well, the snake is here. He will say, thank you for loving me and taking care of me so well. And
Ah.
this is what pets will do. They'll come back and they'll give me impressions
Mhm.
and feelings. And so and it's very easy to read, actually. It's almost like baby language, but it's clear language. I can understand it. And I've,
Right.
I've had horses come, and dogs and cats, and fish, even fish have come, like people kept tropical fish or fish with goldfish, I've seen gold. It's really funny.
Wow, that's because
Yeah.
in real life you don't really think about it. Think about the pet, like if it was a goldfish to
Well,
that.
but, but you see, this is where, all life is sacred, all life is
Mhm.
precious. And when you buy a goldfish, especially if someone buys it for, let's say, a child, and the child has to learn to take care of it, and it's interacting with the goldfish, then of course the
Right.
goldfish is connecting with it too. It sees it,
Right. So you
and
have proof that it was connecting, like it was a two-way. It
it's
was a relationship.
yes, we have a big problem with animals on this planet, really big problem, which is that a lot of people think they don't feel, which is nonsense. And a lot of people think that they don't hurt. They don't have
Mm-hmm.
feelings and they don't hurt. If you hurt them, it's okay. They don't hurt, which is absolutely ridiculous. So animals need a lot of, they're here because of us. They're here to support us. It's not the other way around. People think they're here, we're here to take care of them. We are, of course we are. We're their caretakers, pets, and even, farm animals and what have you.
Right.
But we are definitely, they are in our soul groups. They we reincarnate with them. Our pets that we love over and over and over, our cats, our dogs, they come back again and again and again.
Mm.
I had a big old
Yeah.
I had a big old English sheepdog when I knew Art, my second boyfriend, who died when I was Cottaway, working at the Encore in Pittsburgh. And my mother got this big old English sheepdog, and he's lovely. His name was Buttons. He had one blue eye and one brown eye, and very much like the dog you see in Peter Pan. The big old furry old English sheepdog, like Paul McCartney has Martha. He had Martha, the big old English. And so Art met this dog a couple times. And when I was really low after Art died and I kept seeing his spirit, I saw him so many times. It's unbelievable. I One night I woke up and literally saw my big old English sheepdog jump on my bed and turn around like dogs do when they're.
Mm-hmm.
He would do that, turn around a couple times just before he sit down. And I saw him many times actually. And I called my mother and I said, "You can't believe this, but Buttons has paid me a visit." And that wasn't the first time, even when he was alive. And this is another story. I just say this because animals are telepathic and they are empathetic and they can feel everything around them. We froze. Are we still going strong here, Sasha? Well, I'll carry on telling the story, but your camera's frozen for some reason. Okay. Um, Sasha, can you?
I can hear you.
There's technical difficulty. Hold on. There she is.
I can,
Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay. I see. So what I was going to say just briefly is that my mother had put the dog in a kennel while she went away, and I was in California at the time, and she was in Pittsburgh. Okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
3,000 miles, in case anyone doesn't know. And one night, was it he? Oh no, maybe yeah. One night I was in my bed and I felt my dog used to jump on the bed and put his head right on the crook of my, waist when I lie on the bed. He was so big, he could do.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt him do that. And I thought, my God, something's wrong with Buttons. So I called my mother and I said to her, "Where's the dog? What's happening with the dog?" And she said, "Oh, he's still in the kennel. I just got in. I haven't picked him up yet." I said, "Oh my God, well, for God's sake, go and pick him up because he's very forlorn and he's giving me a message." Now, this is amazing, but it was true. So she ran down there and picked him up right away. She was going to wait the next day, but I think he couldn't wait anymore. Animals feel this. They feel us. They understand. They tune in. So
Mm-hmm.
that's enough on animals. But get the word
Yeah.
out. It's
Yeah. So I just wanna. I don't know if you're seeing comments, but we have some people here. So Liana,
Let me see.
Liana,
I'm okay. I see. Hold on a second. Chat to your guest.
Liana, Savitri, and Erica.
Okay. I can you see what I just wrote, which is hello? Because I don't think I.
Uh,
Oh, I see. Here's four comments.
yes, that's probably.
Okay, it's on the side here. I hear you, Shawn. Hello, Erica. I'm happy to catch you live. Oh, thank God she can see me. Good for you. Okay, I'm seeing them now. Hold on. And we have
Okay.
Savitri and Liana. Hi, Liana. And what happened to Tim? Hold on a second. Tim, hold on. Tim, have you seen it? Tim, where are you? He's messaging me. This is a person I said come and watch, and somehow he isn't there. So I don't know how. Okay, hello. Sorry, I had to go disappear. I see only 4 people though. What's happened? Oh, there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Hi, Tim. Okay, that's good. So people are finding us, which is good. There's
Okay, good.
I see Be Live people. Okay, comments from a
That,
Facebook Live post appear on Be Live. Okay, so that's an interesting. Okay, and what's this up here? These are reactions. Okay, so
yeah, so yeah, if anybody,
oh, here's some more people. Who's that? Jenny. Jenny is on twice. Hello, Jenny. Okay, well, we're going to be pulling cards, I imagine, soon.
yeah, in a little while.
In a
So,
little.
so
So
let's talk a little bit about the new moon
talk about the
and
new moon.
yeah,
Okay, I have, you may not or may be able to see it. Let me just show you. I'm going to, I've got it right here on my other computer. Let me just refresh the page. We get it at exactly the time now because it's 9 o'clock as the crow flies in the UK. Let me see if you can see. There's my other computer. Oops, right?
yeah.
You see, this is, so let me just talk about it while I show you. Okay. I'll just use this
Could you lift the screen?
like
Yeah, yeah,
that better.
yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
That's the closest I think I can get. Okay, let's talk about, so we have, this is the chart for right now. It's, here we are, September 9, 2018, 9:03 p.m. UK time. And you see that the sun is 17 degrees in Virgo. The moon, new moon, 18 degrees. It's already gone a little bit past it because it actually was officially at, I think it was officially 8 o'clock. It became new.
Mm.
Hold on, I'm just looking in my ephemeris. Um,
We have the old school
well,
astrology.
this is the ephemeris we use. This is Raphael's ephemeris. Yeah, oh, sorry, my mistake. 16:01, 6 o'clock p.m. our time. It was 17 degrees Virgo. So anyway, it's still a new moon. We can, we're still in the.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a new moon in Virgo, what you're talking about really, if I can just talk a little bit here to the camera, what you're looking at is the harvest, like the harvest moon. This is when we go and reap all the lovely things that are dripping off the vine, ready to get put away for fall or the autumn time. You're going to be looking at pumpkins. You're going to be looking at um, pomegranates, everything that's ready to be put away for the winter is coming to fruition now, the new moon. And by the full moon in 2 weeks' time, we'll definitely have the harvest. That's the full harvest. Um, Virgo is the farmer, the details of the agriculture. It represents um, the gut, so ingestion of food and dissemination of the nutriments of food. So it is the intestines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Opposite the sun in Pisces. Sorry, not Pisces. Neptune in Pisces, right? Opposite Neptune in Pisces right now makes it very interesting indeed because Neptune is in its home in Pisces and it is a spiritual connection. So it's almost like the guru versus the spiritual discipline. But Pisces is like the spiritual guru. Okay. Let's say I can use 1,000 examples, but let's just use that first. And the opposite is what do you do every day to become like him or her?
Mm-hmm.
And that would be meditation, spiritual practice, yoga, reading spiritual literature, doing kind acts. These are the Virgo details. So Pisces is all about the big ocean. It's all about the expansion of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the 12th house of the zodiac. which is the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, all to do with the transpersonal and transcendental. And then you have, or super consciousness. And then you have the sixth house, which is Virgo, which is very much the worker's house, the spit and polish house, the maid, the butler, the
Mhm.
craftswoman, the seamstress, the veterinarian, because again, animal husbandry, taking care of animals is under Virgo.
Okay.
The nutritionist, the nurse, the doctor, the practitioner of any kind that deals with people, the psychotherapist. In the tarot, the Virgo is the hermit card. So again, we get this mishmash of guru, hermit, transcendental, because wherever you have one thing, you always pick up the other. You pick up the other, right? So in this time, it's a really good time to plant seeds. It's a really good time to invest in your health. It's an excellent time to, get the details sorted, clean out your closets, clean up your diet, do some meditating that really is worthy, not just 5 minutes, but spend some time.
Mhm.
A health spa, find someone to jog with, anything that's going to help you to get better physically is a good Virgo thing. Also, you know, cleaning up, cleaning up, cleaning up. When we talk about cleansing rituals, you can cleanse your thoughts as well as your body and your house.
Mhm.
And Virgo is ruled by Mercury, although some say the natural ruler of Virgo is really other things like Vulcan. Some say Ceres. There's many different sort of ideas about it. But it is Mercury, as the crow flies. It's Mercury, and we have to deal with it as Mercury. And Mercury is the all about the mind. It's all about the mental construct. And if your mind is messy, it don't matter what happens in your life, it will never be right. You know, the
Mhm.
discipline we're seeking with Saturn and Capricorn right now is really a clean mind, is a clean house, is a clean life, and a productive one. And if your thoughts are negative, your body's going to be toxic. If your thoughts are stressful and angry, then you attract stressful and angry people into your life. Like attracts like is always happening on the consciousness level, whether we know it or not. So when we go back to the chart, we're looking here. Let's just go here again for a second if you can see it, right? Here we have Capricorn, a lot of Capricorn energy right now, which is beautifully trining this new moon and the sun is, you know, the enemy of us all is Pluto, as people like to say. But Pluto isn't our enemy. Pluto is about getting down deep and sometimes dirty to look at what is happening in the depths of our soul, in our psyche, in our career, because Capricorn rules that, in our parentage, like our father's side of the family, because Capricorn is the masculine father. Also, we have issues with the authority, we have issues with the bosses and work. We also might have issues connected. Here we have, although wide degrees, so not really connected, but we have Mars, which is the authority of masculinity, is actually it was retrograde and now it's gone direct, but it's at this very interesting degree, 29 degrees. 29, if you add it up, 2 plus 9 equals 11. It's a master number. And we always say where there's 0, which you see here with Chiron and Aries, or 29, and here's another 0 right here, Venus moving into Scorpio. So, these 0 things, or not, as they say in England, not means 0, or 29 are very, 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 very powerful, what we call, and here I'll go back to me again, critical degrees. Critical degrees have to do with like an emphasis. It's almost like someone pushed you from behind to jump into that sign. And so the full power is on that 0 degrees. Also, the 29, it's the ending of that whole 30 degrees. It's the ending of that whole thing. So you have the highest culmination of it, the tip top expression of it.
Mhm.
So if Mars is at 29 degrees, the tip top expression of masculinity, perhaps the abuse of masculinity. We're seeing now all this stuff come out with I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it because it's important to say it. And it's important to not lie about it. You know, these poor children in the Catholic religion getting this happened in my hometown of Pittsburgh. This was in the national and international press that these priests in Pittsburgh,
Mm-hmm.
where I grew up, thank God I never went to a Catholic school, but you know that they were abused, you know, by priests, and you see this all over the world. When is this crap going to stop? But this is what this is exposing, this 29 degrees. You know, we just had the Pope say something about it. Oh, we won't tolerate abuse anymore. Every
Mm-hmm.
single priest that does that should be fired, dismissed, never allowed to be around children or people again, as an outright abuse of human rights. And
Mm-hmm.
those children are scarred for life. And there ain't nothing that's going to fix that. I'm sorry. It doesn't really. I've done the therapy. I know it does not get healed. You have to learn to live with it. And hopefully you get on with your life. And hopefully it doesn't affect you raising your own children. Because
Yeah.
all you can do, you know. So this is something that unfortunately can be generational. It is a sad, miserable experience for the victims.
Yeah. And
They never
it's
forget.
coming up. There's so much more coming out of it now that being exposed
And but this,
publicly.
yes, and look, Sasha, this is even more interesting, and I want to bring this into fruition. We have Jupiter here in Scorpio. Scorpio is about sex. Scorpio is about new beginnings, birth, transformation, rebirth, also death. It's all in Scorpio's sort of vernacular. And we have Venus moving into this area. So at 18 degrees Jupiter in Scorpio, you know, as the crow flies, you got a lot going on between these two. So between Pluto here sextiling exact degrees this Jupiter, we want to expose. This is what these two planets are saying. We are damn well going to expose these pedophiles. They are
Mm-hmm.
not going to get away anymore with this nonsense and this terrible, terrible abuse of power. And that's what it is. It's an abuse of power. It's not about sex. It's
Yeah.
about like rape. It's not about sex. It's about abuse of power. And here, with all the, you know, interesting Uranus moved into Taurus, okay, it's now opposing it, you know, within a 2 degree orb of Venus. Man, oh man, this is really saying the same thing. You know, we're not going to take it anymore. This is not going to happen anymore. And the more public we make it, the more we talk about it, the more this crap is going to be exposed for good and hopefully wiped off the planet. If you,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, that's what should happen. You know, now we've got the North Node here in lovely Leo. It's been transiting here for quite a while, and of course, the South Node isn't written in this particular chart, but it's the exact opposite in Aquarius, and which would be right about here. And it's conjunct it's conjunct this Mars in Capricorn. So you know, there's a lot of sort of collective abuse through the generations. Aquarius is the group, Mars through male, mostly male, let's face it. No, men are going to have to learn that this kind of sexual abuse will not be tolerated anymore, not in institutions, governments, and it is from the royal family on down in this country. And, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and here you have the new moon, and the new moon in Virgo. Virgo is the healer. Virgo is the details. Virgo is has everything to do with cleansing and healing. Jupiter always in Scorpio, exposing, and Pluto digging deep in the dirt and finding the muck. And that's what this is really about. Spirituality coming in, change, shaking up the old institutions. You know, the North Node in Leo, we want everything out in the open. The sun is the ruler of Leo. And also exposing people in the showbiz area who have like the Jimmy Saviles, this kind of stuff has got to go. So today's chart is all about the new moon is all about getting rid of the old garbage in this world, also cleaning up our oceans. Can I just say, because I mentioned garbage, Neptune here in Pisces, we must clean our oceans. This is extremely important with this opposition here, or we will die. It's just that simple. We need, our oceans to be clean and healthy. We need our fish to be clean and healthy, not filled with plastic. So this is all about environmental as well, and I must put that in there. It's very important.
What would you say about abuse of power when it comes to environmental pollution? Like
It is exactly that too. It's an abuse of power. My mother used to live for 30 years in Florida in Bradenton, and it's a beautiful area. Right up the road is Siesta Key. Right down the road to the right is Anna Maria Island. Many Brits go there to holiday. And if any of them have, say so in the chat, because it is absolutely a wonderful place to be. And they had the worst stinking red tide that they've ever had in the history of that city. On the beach, had thousands of dead fish, manatees, dolphins, beautiful, beautiful
yeah.
fish. And my mother is old. She's in a nursing home in Pittsburgh. And I tell you now, I cried when I saw it on the news, but I really thank my lucky stars. I know it sounds crazy that my mother didn't see that, because that would have killed her, to see that, because my mother loved living there. Why wouldn't you? It was absolutely paradise. And this is what's happening. They're destroying every natural environment. So if the animals have nowhere to go, if the bees have nowhere to go, where's the brain to connect that we won't live? But
Mhm.
this is the new world order. This is what they're out for. So if you're awake like me and you understand these concepts and you know that this is happening, please do something about it. Please don't just talk about it on Facebook. I saw Greg Prescott, who is my friend. He lives in Siesta Key. I saw him go to the beach, beautiful beach, Siesta Key, all those beaches down there. And the red tide was abating a bit. And he would go every day and do his report. He's on Facebook.
I've seen your videos.
Yeah, in5d.com is his website.
Yes, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And Greg would take this beautiful distilled water and he would bless it, which is all you need to do, right? Remember the Japanese guy who discovered that if you talk to water positively and you drink it, it nourishes you. And if you say
Mm.
nasty things to it, it's really bad for you. So, and this is life. This is life. If you say nasty things to something, it's going to curl up in a ball and not function right. And if you say positive things to it, it's going to be upright and happy and, good,
Mm.
right? And healthy. So he's at the water, he's filming himself doing it on his phone, and he's blessing it and pouring it into water, just a gallon jar, plastic gallon jug or whatever it is. And I just thought it just touched me so much that he did that, because he's doing that for all of us. Now maybe his little thing isn't helping, maybe it's helping a little bit. He saw some birds come down and eat from the water and take a fish, so at least we know if they're willing to do it, that must mean the fish it's getting better, but I would say to people, wherever you see this kind of trauma, get involved. It's time to
Mhm.
get involved, otherwise your grandchildren will have no earth to live on. It's just that.
Right. Yeah, and each person can make a difference, right? Even though you think it's so much so big a problem that you wouldn't do anything.
Recycling plastic, getting rid of plastic, shopping without plastic bags. You can take here in the UK, they charge, I know that they probably do it in America, I don't know, but they charge for plastic bags. So I take my trolley up to the store, or I take a plastic bag that I use again and again and again and
Mhm.
again. You don't just throw these things out anymore. And just that is one way you can help.
Okay, so that's some little it's an insight into the new moon, and with astrology, a little bit of tarot in there. So we'll go into doing some mini readings
I'd love
if you're up
to.
to.
I'd love
Right.
to. Who have we
Right.
got?
So,
I'm going to use Can I talk about just quickly, folks? I'm going to be teaching the tarot very soon. If you want to learn the tarot with me, please get in touch. I teach a 9-week course online. It begins. You don't have to be in the right time zone. You can watch the videos of the class. This is my book. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. This is my book, the tarot book. It's called the Tarot Workbook. The Tarot Workbook by Shawn Cohen.
Can you open it?
I can open it, sure. I can show you lots of things.
Wow.
We do meditation on the tarot. We do numerology and astrology and all the cards, 56 minor arcana, 20 major arcana spreads.
Nice color pictures.
Yes, it's all written out there for you. The Kabbalah also. And here's the astrology and the tarot. And each card, here's numerology, right? And each card, what you need for your tarot table, how to open a business in the tarot, which not a lot of people teach. Here's your sun card, all the different cards, and then the 4 suits, of course, are here as well. And the class is a lot of fun, 2 hours long, each class, 9 weeks. You get a certificate at the end of completion. So here's the ones, and here's all the explanations. And of course, I fill in. You could learn from the book, but you learn even more from me. You know what I mean? And that's class.
Of course.
And I do teach metaphysics as well. I won't be doing that till next year. But I did show you, Sasha, that these are some of the books: the Essential Kabbalah, the Rabbi's Tarot, Archetypes on the Tree of Life. These are just some of the books on my shelf. I've been doing this for 34 years, really 35, and professionally. So,
yeah.
My secrets. I'm going to teach you how to be the best tarot reader in the world. I'm going to teach you everything that other tarot readers don't teach.
Exactly. That comes from years of looking into it.
Yes, and you need the Rider-Waite tarot. So the book, the tarot deck, has to be the Rider-Waite because it goes with the book. And if you're interested, we start September 18th, Tuesday evening, 7 to 9 UK, 2 to 4 in the afternoon EST, and 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the West Coast. But as I said, everyone is on Zoom, is recorded on a video. So if you haven't made the live class because you work, I have plenty of students who do that, you can see the live video in the private Facebook group, which we'll have. And you can always talk to me and I can walk you through whatever you miss. So it's a wonderful experience.
Yeah. And so we'll share the link at the end.
Okay.
For anybody interested.
I'd love to have more students because as I only do these classes. The Meta 1 and Meta 2, I'm just finishing up right now. The Meta 2 has 3 more weeks to go. That's 24 weeks I've taken my group. And they have a book. I'll just show that. Shameless plug, Meta 2 workbook, Archangel Michael on the front. 100 million beautiful things in metaphysics.
Wow.
You want to know. Angelology, numerology. My students will now be beginning Kabbalah. And then the first 12 weeks, this is the Meta 1 book. And that's the Archangel Gabriel. So, and this has dream analysis, meditation, all about how to meet your guide, how to communicate with your guide, loving yourself, doing inner work, to really bring your energy up, candle magic, all kinds of holistic healing, acupressure, reflexology, iridology, and palmistry as well. I mean, it's just amazing how much good stuff is in all 3 of these books.
So much to explore.
Okay.
Okay, so anybody's here with any questions or would like a tarot card?
Okay, so I just see. So let me see. So who's here? Let's see. Who's left? Who's there? I love birth order. That's why I asked. What does that? Okay, Leanna.
She said, "Are you the oldest child?"
No, I have an older brother and an older half sister, and I have 2 siblings under me. So I'm one of four to my mother and one of five to my father. Yeah. I'm the second child, though. Bradshaw's book, on the family, he says the second child always tells the truth. Do you want to know what's the second child? That would be me. And I've been doing it all my life. They don't believe me, but I still am doing it. Okay, so
So
should we do?
Erica wants one.
Okay, this is for you, Erica. We'll start with you, and then we'll go to Leanna. Uh, I see 12 comments, but I'm not really seeing the. I don't know why I can't really see the. Hold on, let me see if I can find it here. Okay, I see Tim. Okay, Tim, you're gonna get one. I hear you, Sean. Erica. Okay, good. Uh, yeah.
And it was a Jenny.
I wonder if this is playing on my page. I hope so. We need more people. Okay, so I'm going for Erica. I'm the second too, no wonder. Right? So I'm just
So
thinking of
anybody's
Erica.
here, just click the like button so we can see who's here right now.
Okay, so I'm going to lower my screen. Erica, this is for you. Okay, there you see my desk. The Fool card, Seven of Cups, Chariot, the Ten of Cups. Wow. This is the Cosmic Tarot if people want to know which deck this is. Cosmic. And it's by Norbert Loesch. Beautiful deck. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. I think what I want to say, I'm going to just come back up here and I'll show you the cards. Okay, Erica. So first of all, new beginnings. Hail, hail, fun, new beginnings. You surrendered Dorothy to a situation which I think you just couldn't work out, and you just let it go, or you should let it go. Moving forward, moving forward, that's all the Chariot means. There is a lot of happiness ahead for you, and this is satisfaction too, which a lot of people may not know. 10 is my cup runneth over. It's the highest of the minor arcana, so the number 10. And then we have the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. Am I doing the right thing? Erica asked, and the answer is yes. You are doing the right thing. Move forward, move forward, move forward. New beginnings bring fresh starts. Sometimes you can't kick a dead horse. You just can't. Or as my mother would say, you can't get blood from a stone. You just have to move on, move on, move on. And one more for the get-go. Oh, you've been very upset about a situation. Look at that. And I would say that this just answers that. This just says, don't stay here. Move forward, get excited about your life. You've got some really great stuff up ahead. I also see the number 5, which tells me May. May is a very good month for you. I'd like to see a little bit more, taking a little bit more time to nurture yourself a bit. In this new moon in Virgo, we're very concerned, all of us, with eating right, getting healthy. You know what happens in the winter time? You bulk up, because you don't get out as much. So my guides are saying Erica's pretty good with her taking care of herself, but just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Just tweak it a little bit. I see smoothies for some reason. Smoothies, I'm tasting them. So let's get some nourishing smoothies in, Erica, and I think you'll be good to go, really. And I think that's it.
And
New beginnings start now. New moon is perfect for new beginnings. Perfect. And I would definitely say, do you have a dog? Do you have a dog, Erica? Look at this. I literally just quit my job
she said yes.
to start a business. Okay, the dog, I'm getting stuff about the dog. Can you believe it? Hold on. So the audience can't see. She's saying, I literally just quit my job to start a business. Amen. Perfect timing. You are right on the money there. Okay, let's have a look. I drink nutritional shakes. Keep it up. It's good for you. Okay, let's see what we have here for you. I just wanted the dog has come into view. The Justice card. Oh. Well, you love, love, love this dog. I mean, this dog, look at this. He's got all these kisses and cuddles for this dog. But the justice too, you share this dog with someone, don't you? Because I feel like I'm sharing. Yes, I have a dog. Yes, okay. You share the dog with someone else? Waiting for a response. Is this, yes, I have a dog. I can't see another response here. Erica.
She says totally, but let's see.
I have no idea how fitting this
Oh,
is.
she does.
Well, that's how I roll. I like to get it right. He loves my boyfriend. Okay, my son and boyfriend, totally. Haha. Okay, I am seeing it now. I had to scroll down. Okay, so basically the dog is great. The dog is fine. The dog is healthy. There's no problem there. But the dog comes to light in the thing. I feel a grandmother in spirit looking after you, and I also feel a male, which could be your father. So there are two people in spirit who really love you and just sending their love. And I can't stay long on that because we're only doing a couple minutes each here. But if you want more, come and see me. I hope that's been helpful.
Mhm. Wow. I love that how you did very efficient.
34 years of work. Well, it's more 34 in London. Before that I was doing it too in America. Okay, let's do I said I would do Tim, I'm going to get to you. Leanna, she's next because she was here,
Diana.
right? Leanna. Okay, Leanna, this is you. So I see 30 comments. I don't know how many people are in there though. I can't see. Okay. Leanna, this is for you, sweetheart. Let me just
Hey Anna. Anna just joined.
I have time, Tim. Don't worry. Tim is saying I have a full reading with Shawn booked tomorrow, which he does. Her reading was just amazing last time, so I don't have to have a card if you don't have time. I have time for you, Tim. Don't worry. Okay, this is for Leanna. Wow, 2 kings and the Empress. Oh my God. Okay, the 2 of Pentacles reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. Leanna, I don't know what your story is, but are there 2 men right now on your mind? 2 men. You see me. Where is she? Let me see if I can find her. I see her picture. Anna Elizabeth. Okay, I'm excited. It can only go up. Okay, Leanna, did you hear what I said? Is she getting this live?
Yes, she says two.
Yeah. Two. Well, I got 2 for sure. Look at this. One is the King of Cups. Now that's not bad, but one is little Mr. Capricorn here, reverse. And he may not be Capricorn, but maybe not as warm in his heart. Capricorn is very, ruled by Saturn. They can be a bit gruff sometimes. And then you have you, the Empress. Okay. Are you married to one? Or is one more like a live-in boyfriend? Um, One Pisces, X, and one Virgo. Okay, that would work. This is a water sign, so that's Pisces, and this is the Earth sign, so that really works. Um, which one are you with now, or were you with the longest? I feel like somebody wants to come back, believe it or not. I'm hearing the song "Come Back, Baby, Rock and Roll Never Forgets." It's a bit like I really had good times with you. I do remember that I had good times with you. I really, I've gone away and thought about it. Now I want to come back again. And you're like the Wheel of Fortune reverse and the 2 of Pentacles. No way, Jose. Okay. So all I can say is you will be offered an opportunity here, unrequited, we almost married. So that's the one. Maybe he's coming back. 10 of Cups. Could work. Some work. It could work. This is an opportunity to choose. Look at that. Sometimes we have unrequited love or very difficult. See, I want Virgo back. Well, that's what I'm talking about. One that's coming back. Sometimes we get lovers who are not. okay, there's a couple types of relationships. One are twin flames. One is soulmates. Another one is kindred spirits. And all of them really, we know each other from our soul groups in heaven, you know. And so what happens is we sign up, we do these contracts, they're called sacred contracts. And we sign up before we ever get here, and we say, okay, you'll be this and you'll teach me that, and I'll be this to you and I'll teach you that, and I'll make you remember not to do this. I just had an experience with someone who was in my soul group, a younger male, and I had to really literally, slap his hand because he was doing stuff that really was not good for him. He didn't like it, but I felt contracted to do it. And one day maybe he'll thank me. You never know, when he really treats women appropriately with love and respect, you know. But it's very important that we understand that we're each here to help each other. We're each here to hold each other's hand through the process of awakening, of understanding what our roles are in this lifetime. I think Virgo is twin flame. Okay. It was 20 years ago. I was a wildcat. Well, weren't we all 20 years ago? Don't feel bad about it. At least you had a life. You know what I mean? I want Virgo back. He has never forgot you. Never. He still sees you as that woman from 20 years ago. And he definitely is coming back strong. He's got a lot of sexual energy towards you, and a twin would, you know. And maybe what I like to say, it's a Yiddish word, mishigas, maybe the misery of the past is behind him. And you can make a fresh start with him. And I'd like to see that happen for both of you. I think I'm going to have a couple twins on my show, Chris and Leisha. They're beautiful twin flames. They're in my Facebook group, my Cafe Esoterica Facebook group, and they post a lot of stuff. They're on Facebook as well, and they're definitely on YouTube. And they're going to be on my show October 11th. So, Leanna, tune in, and you'll get a lot of information about the twin journey. Because the twin flame journey is a sacred journey, it's very special. It can be very heartbreaking and very destructive. So, you have to, you measure it with, what am I here to learn? When your twin is abusive to you, you got to walk away. You got to love yourself, and the more you love yourself and nourish yourself, the twin feels that and comes forward in a better way. And that's sort of the vibe, because we're here to remind ourselves how precious and divine we are. And we are, all of us, no matter what it looks like, no matter what they say, no matter how it feels. That's what we are. So I'm going to love you and leave you with that, Leanna. Get ready. He's a coming. That's what I'm going to say. They're telling me September. We're in September now, so could be soon. Could be very soon. By the light of the harvest moon. Oh, I just heard that. So that's in 2 weeks. Get ready. Get yourself looking glass.
This moon is called it's a harvest moon. This new moon.
The harvest moon is usually right before the fall equinox or the autumn.
Okay.
So I'm going to here. I'll give you the exact date if you want it. Where's my ephemeris? I just have it here because it's 2 weeks from today for sure. It could have fallen. Yes, it did. Tim, I'm reading you next. Tim was waiting. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the harvest moon, September 25th, 2 degrees Aries, which is great for new beginnings because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, pioneer, move forward, get it out there, do what you got to do. The warrior, Aries. Okay, Tim, this is for you, Tim. I see Jane. Okay, Jane. Let's see what else we got.
We had Anna and Jenny.
This is Tim. This Virgo new moon is going to be good for you, Tim. I can feel that already. Wow, that made my day. Thanks. I want the name of your metaphysical book. So interesting. I have two. One is the beginners and one is the advanced. They're on my website. And you can link to my website on my Facebook page. So it's tarot by ShawnCohen.weebly.com. And then look under more and it'll say my books. And you'll see all three of them there. The tarot one too. Thank you. Tim, the king. That's Sean Connery in this deck. Tim has a big decision that he needs to make, which we're going to talk about tomorrow. So I'm not going to go there yet, although my cards are showing poised for a decision. You know, this is a Libra card, and this is about decisions and balance. Also, nurturing and being loved. I think you have an opportunity for work that's coming up very strong here that you've been waiting on. Tells me that. I need a good bit of luck. It's about time. Yep, I'm here. Okay. Okay, Tim. You know, don't be afraid. Hang in there. The hangman is like, you don't have to be afraid. This is upside down, but it's releasing you from a time where you've had to be a little bit worrying and afraid. I don't know why. Oh my God. Maybe your health. Issues with not feeling great. I know you broke your foot. You've got a lot of people who care about you, you know. There's a lot of nourishment here and love here. I feel like you've got a big breakthrough coming in October. If you can just hang on, my guides are giving me 10, 10, 10, which is October. And in fact, I'm going to go even further and say 10, 10, which is October the 10th. You also have two ports of call. And like me, you've moved all over the world. You've traveled a lot. You know, you like to be in different places. You have this beautiful two, you know, with the Two of Wands. And look at him. He's all posh and dandied up there. But the Two of Wands is really about two opportunities. It's like a tale of two cities really comes to mind. I know I'm using all these literature and musical, but this is how I work. You know, this is all in my brain, you know. So, Tale of Two Cities, you could be one place or another, which we know is the big theme for tomorrow's reading. But I feel like your health is improving, your opportunities are improving. It's time to just hang in there and see how the universe unfolds for you like a fan. Like a beautiful fan I get, you know? And this fan will really bring you some things you've been really waiting for a long time. I feel hang in there. The answer is hang in. Don't give up. You've got more coming, a lot more coming in October, especially. And be positive. Keep that positive. Remember, I was talking about in the Virgo mindset. It's very important right now for us all to be very positive. You don't have to be in denial. You don't have to lie. You don't have to say, "Oh, I feel like crap today." You know, not say it if you actually feel like crap. But once you say, I feel like crap today, now I'm going to change that tune and say, I demand to feel happy. I'm a divine soul. I demand the inner self to feel happy now. You make it happen. You tell yourself. You're a good soul, Tim, and you've got a lot of gifts, and your time is coming. Absolutely. I'm going to leave it at that. I want it all. I've been waiting decades. I know. Yes, I know that. But it's coming. It is coming this time for sure. The wands, the queen. The queen is the attractor. She brings things in and it's on its way. Still a really good job for you. Really good to work with your healing tools. All your healing tools. Me too, Tim. We can do this. Leanna said, "Aw, that's so nice. You guys need to be friends. That's it. There you go. A new friend." All righty, Tim. I'm going to love you and leave you. We're going to go into very big detail tomorrow. So you're all scheduled in for that. Thank you. I'm going to go to the next person. So who's
Was
next?
it was it Jenny
I can't see on this thing.
or Anna? Who?
I see Tim. I see Leanna. Who's next? Jenny. Jenny. Is Jenny the next person? Jenny Raquel.
Jenny.
Jenny, you here? Yep. Here. Okay, Jenny, this is for you. Who's Paul, Jenny? Who's Paul? Oh my God, look what I got, the lovers. Who's Paul? Can you answer me, please? Do you know a Paul? Do you see anything there, Sasha?
Jenny says hi.
Hi.
She's
Jenny, do you know a Paul? Hi. Okay. I'm getting the name Paul very strong. I don't know if it's in the spirit world or if it's here. Uh, I definitely feel I don't know a Paul. Well, a Paul is coming into your life. And it isn't Paul McCartney. I'm sorry. But definitely we got a Paul coming to you. The name is so strong, I have to give it. I just have to. And do you have children in school? I've got young children in school as well, connected with you. A big changeover of some kind coming up. Huge change in your life. Huge. Are you moving house? I've got moving. She's laughing. Huh. Okay. I've got moving house. I've got change in your. This is the Virgo card right here in the tarot. This is the Hermit, and it's reversed. So big changes. I do not. So you don't have kids in school, but do you have a sibling who has kids in school? I see younger kids in school. So is that nieces, nephews? Who is that? Neighbors? I'm being shown kids in school for some reason. Do you work in a school? I don't know. I'm picking this up very strong. You're a very strong woman. You've got a lot of energy inside of you. And you feel, yes, just made some big changes. Excellent. Um, yes, your sister has kids in school. Okay. This is a message for your sister. Two little girls. Thank you. Okay. Because I'm getting these kids running around, very excited. New school, new beginning, back in school. And, this is a good year for these two girls. I don't know if there was some trouble last year with school, but this is a very, very good time for these two little girls. Something with the good teachers and better school, maybe. I don't know, but something shows me there's somebody in heaven wanting to talk to you right now. It's a parent. I don't know if it's your mother. I'm picking up a parent saying, these are my grandchildren. My grandchildren are being looked after because I am making sure. And when spirit puts their mind to something, they don't let up. And that finger is probably familiar to you. You might know who that is because I feel like I'm doing that for them. Your mother in spirit. You got a wish coming true too. This is a wish card. Yes. Something you've wanted for a long time is coming to you now. You're going to have it before Christmas or February. So it's September to December, or for whatever reason, I'm getting February at the latest. Have you got a brother as well? Your brother is being I've got a male here. This could be brother-in-law. Okay. Aunt, maybe. She was like a mother to my older sister. Okay, great. That's it. That's who I'm talking about then. So your aunt. Okay. And this would be like her, almost like her grandchildren. She's watching over. You give your sister a big hug for both of you, for all of you from her, because she's definitely making herself known to me. And is there a brother for you? No brothers, brother-in-law. Okay. Brother-in-law is a good man. We like him. Tell him we said so. He's smart, he's clever, he's got a good mind, and he'll do your sister proud. You've got new horizons. You're another one. This new moon is showing new horizons for you, the Fool card. And a happier time. You haven't been very happy in the last couple months, and this card showed up. I didn't even want to show it. It's not nice, but it's showing a lot of stress, and more stress. And we don't like that. Nobody likes stress. Time for you to be proud of your life, be happy in your life. You're the master of your life, nobody else. So take it to the next level. You got a lot of people in the spirit world. My God, who's no? No. What's no? No. She's saying no. I don't know what she's responding to. I'm going to pull you one more card. And the King of Swords. This. This is, I don't know who, stress. Yes, absolutely stress. You're right. Okay. This is another male who's very intelligent and who is a good friend and may even be a partner to you. So if you're not with someone, someone's definitely coming. This feels like smart. Look at the owl there. Very clever, very wise, but not a wise ass. You know what I mean? Just somebody who's smart and you trust him. I like the King of Swords because the King of Swords is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. It can be someone funny, someone smart, someone who uses words really well. Oh, good, right? Uh, but not necessarily arrogant. There's nothing like someone who thinks they know it all. Nobody knows it all. Even me, with all my education, I don't know it all, and I don't pretend to. Okay, I hope that's been helpful, Jenny. Please take this lovely lady's love for you and your family, and your sister too, and her children. She is watching out for those two girls like they're her own, just so you know. Okay, who's next?
So we had Anna, Anna Elizabeth.
I see. Let me see who's here. We've got 65 comments. Uh, oh, good. Okay. I see Jenny's comments, but I can't see anyone else's. Let's see. Anyone else want a reading? Say something. Thank
Just
you. You're welcome, Jenny. You're very welcome. My pleasure.
hey, I'll say Anna's here.
Anna Elizabeth. Hi. Is she the next one? Sasha?
Yeah, yeah, she's fine.
Okay. Okay, Anna, you're next. Here we go, sweetheart. This is for you. Cancer. Not the disease, God forbid. The sun sign. Cancer. Anna Elizabeth. Who's a Cancer? Do you know a Cancer? A woman? Is that you? Is that someone close to you? Okay, Jane, Helen. Okay, we'll see you. I've got a Cancer female. Very strong. I don't know if it's her or someone in her life. Could even be her daughter if she has one. I don't know. I've got someone around her, Cancer female, trying to tell her something. Very, very much connected to listen to me, listen to me. I'm trying to tell you something, Anna. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why the live comments are very slow, aren't they? Okay,
Yeah, she
I
said.
have a friend, but I haven't spoken to her in ages. Perhaps it's the time to do that. Sometimes we have to forgive people, even because they don't even know themselves the kind of mistakes they make. A lot of people are unconscious in this world, and they say things and do things that they don't really mean. I had a big fight with my own daughter last night, yesterday, and I love her more than I love life itself. And we had a big fight. We said horrible things to each other, which I'm sure neither one of us mean. But because I'm a fire sign and she's an air sign with a fire moon, and it just happens. It erupts. Stuff has to come out, doesn't it? So I have a friend. Okay, so I think it's the message is to please get in touch with her. You'll be glad you did. Just get in touch with her. Send her an email. Say hi on Facebook. Do something, right? Friendship is the first card that comes up, the Aquarius card, which represents a wish come true and friendship, hopes and wishes. And I feel that this rekindling of this friendship is very important. And again, we talk about soul, and here we have the Chariot, which is Cancer, the sign Cancer, and that's where I was getting all this from. So, Cancer friendship, very important. Don't let pride stop you. See the lion? And also opportunities for growth, opportunities for love, opportunities for work as well. This beautiful three.
Mm.
I love the Three of Pentacles because it's like hammer nail. Let's get to work. And all right, thanks. She's saying good. And I also see love in your future. Look at that. Beautiful card. I love that card, the Nine of Cups. It's just beautiful. Really, two people adoring each other. You are a smart woman too, Princess of Pentacles. Do you work for yourself, Anna? Queen of Cups. You're a very nurturing and loving woman as well. But do you work for yourself? I feel like there's a business opportunity here for you very strongly. In this is see this is a Capricorn card, right? And where Saturn is in Capricorn right now, and for Saturn to be in its home, it only takes every 29 years. So how you're going to wait a long time to get there. Um, so everyone who was born with Saturn in Capricorn, which is people around the 1960 area, 61, 62, somewhere in there, are having their Saturn return right now, perhaps their second one. And the younger generation, I can't remember now off the top of my head, but I think this is really an important time to get your business sorted. No, but I want to. Well, then this is the time. Make a business plan, sit down and work out what you really want to do and get the ball rolling. None of us are getting any younger. It will come like that and you'll think, gee, I should have done it. So my cards are really insisting. Look, I got the death card, which is don't throw it away like it's nothing. The death card is endings, new beginnings. It's not death. So we want to get you up and running. Yeah. What's this saying? Yeah. Mine's in Sat. Oh, okay. So hers is in Saturn in Capricorn. Isn't that funny? Well, I'm picking you up. See, I'm getting you psychically, and I'm picking up this energy. And it's time now. It's really time. You've thought long and hard about it. There you are, pondering with the full moon, the little cat by your side. Ponder, ponder, ponder. It's enough pondering. It's time for action. Okay? I have to give you a metaphysical kick up the backside. Start putting your dreams into action and you will be successful. This is the card of a woman very successful. And I believe in you. I am getting from my guides, and all you need is that push. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. And do you have a son? Who's the younger male in your life? You have to wait till she talks. Somebody is also, this is a Saturn card. Look at that. That's a Saturn card. And that's a very powerful card here for you. The younger male is either a son or someone you might bring into your life to help you. I don't know in this endeavor, but I definitely see a younger male, younger in his 20s, something like that, who's coming in to be a support or a help to you. I hope that's helpful. I think I'll stop there, Anna. Nope, nephews. Okay, get the nephews to help you with the business. Get them to do the lugging. If you need, I don't know, to move into an office, let them help you move. Whatever it is that they can help you with, let them do it. And I think they'll enjoy it, and it'll be some nice time for you to spend with them. Christmas is a beautiful time for you. Get going now, and you'll have the Christmas of your dreams. Okay? I'm moving on. Thank you so much. That's it. Thank you. Okay. You're very welcome.
Okay, so we have time for one more.
Okay, time for one more. Who's next?
So I believe Jane.
I can't
Jane.
Okay, let me just see what we got here. Jenny, I did. Helen and Jane. Jane. Okay, I think Jane and Helen came in together. Can we do Jane and Helen?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Jane, you're next. Here we go. Okay. Quickly. Jane. Jane, were you in Europe recently? Were you away? I'm picking up you were like away. I don't know where I'm in. I'm in Europe. I'm in Austria. I'm in Germany. I'm in somewhere over there. I'm in London. Were you away? Somewhere in Europe. Or you have connections there. Maybe he has family connections. Okay, Jane, are you still here? Can you hear me? Jane, are you still here? Can you hear me? Do you see anything, Sasha?
I didn't see. Yeah.
because the comments, they stopped like, and I see Helen. I need this to move. Like this is, I don't know why this.
Mm, Helen or Jane, if either one of you here, you can write something.
Jane at 21:54, which was 6 minutes ago or 7 minutes ago, says she's still here. Okay. Okay. If I need you to tell me if you're not here, then I'm going to move on to someone else.
Oh,
Jane,
she's here.
in UK, yes, family. Thank you, Jane. Got you. Okay. I knew it. See, she has family over in that area. And Helen, you'll be next, okay? And I felt very drawn towards that area, and that is your ancestral inheritance for sure. There is definitely something for you to go over there and check out. You've got lovely card here. Look at this, beautiful. I love. We just had this card up before. In fact, we had these three cards up before, but that's the way it works. So this is a woman's desire, and it's financial as well. This is a lovely, good-looking young man there with the lovely lion in the background, and this is all about endeavors and putting your passion forward. Very nice. And then we have the World card, which is Saturn. Saturn's greatest attribute is this, hard work brings reward. So if you put your energy into something, you put your passion into something, for sure you're going to have success. You're going to be on point, as they say in ballet. And I feel like this is all about moving forward and getting your life to that point where it's all on point. You've got a family vacation or a holiday over in this area again before Christmas, maybe November or December. But I don't think you'll spend Christmas there. I feel like you'll be Christmas here in the UK. You'll get. I also feel like did you have a loss last year? I don't know what that sound is. That's weird. Did you have a loss? Yes, still here. Okay, Jane. Did you have a loss last year? I feel we lost someone last year. Perhaps someone passed away last year in your family or someone you knew. Let's see anything. No. Okay, Jane, you have to talk to me here. Okay, I don't know why it's not coming up. Let's see. Hold on.
Yeah, nothing yet on this side.
Yes, still here. That's all I hear. 10 o'clock. Okay, well, my feeling is the person who passed is fine in spirit and they are looking over the family. I do feel it's a male, okay? And I do feel there was a lot of love coming from him to you and your family. And I just move on from that. I want to go back to school. Somebody's saying to me, go back to school. Go back to school, take a course, do something you've always wanted to do. Is it screenwriting? Is it English literature? Is it learning a language? I don't know, but somebody's saying go back to school. Do something you really want to do. And also, comments are delayed. Yes, they are.
Mm.
Okay. Um, very spiritual too, Jane. Got a very spiritual soul. So perhaps it's look at this beautiful. This is the hangman. It's Neptune. And we have Neptune opposing the sun and new moon today. So your spiritual practice is important to you. I feel yoga and I also feel meditation very strong and music very strong with you as well. Poetry, all the Neptune things. Um, I want to get you a little bit further along in your practice. Maybe time to do some kind of classes. I'm getting school. I'm getting class very strong for you. I hope that's been helpful, Jane. I know the comments are delayed, but we have to move on because we're getting even more delayed, and I have to do Helen, and that's the last one. Helen, thank you for hanging in there. Thank you, everyone who's come today. I'm sorry we didn't get to all of you, but if you want a reading with me, it's tarot by Shawn Cohen .weebly.com, actually. Very easily done. Or you can Google me at Tarot by Shawn. That's it. Now, I see my friend Rick there. I wonder if Rick is. Okay, let me go to Helen. Wow, Helen, you got the Ace of Swords. Look at you. This is a really incredible card. This is the Archangel Michael's sword. And this is about cutting the dross from your life. Swift as can be. And what a great thing to do in the new moon in Virgo. Um, yes, thank you very much. You're very welcome, Jane. I think it would be wonderful to take some time in your life and get rid of the people, places, and events and situations that no longer serve you. Helen, I'm speaking to. Okay. I also think you're a writer. There's something definitely in you to write, whether it's poetry, a novel, a horror story, a short story, a TV play, whatever it is. It's time to get the old pen and paper, or perhaps in modern terms, the laptop out and really start getting down to it. You have a very practical nature. That's Taurus in the major arcana. And it's also spiritual. It can be. You've recently gone and sought some advice about something. The advice that was given was correct. Let me just say that. And you've got a lovely Eight of Pentacles. Your financial story is looking up, which is good to know. You two also have a love card. Look at that, the Six of Cups. Very nice. But you stressed out. You've stressed out a bit in the last couple of weeks, like we all did with these stupid retrogrades and these crazy, crazy eclipses. I mean, they're not stupid because, and I shouldn't say that. I mean, it was driving me crazy, but these eclipses all about cutting through the muck and mire or the Maya of life, looking at things deeper and deeper and deeper to get the whole point. And Helen, I would definitely, she's Taurus, so this is the Taurus card right here. Okay, that's you. Taurus in the major arcana. I think that it's really a good time for you. Uranus has moved into Taurus, and Saturn in Capricorn. This is a really good time for you to build your empire. The trine, the grand trine in the early degrees of these signs. And I also like this. It's very much a love card. So if you haven't got love around you, you soon will. This past spring was actually pretty good for you. I get good vibes in the spring. And now summer's over and we're moving into the autumn time. It's a time to get more insular, more cozy inside. I keep wanting to write a novel, write something, put pen to paper, and start channeling something. You've got a lot to say. And the time is now. Even if it's a romance novel, I don't care. Just put pen to paper and see what comes. It will be very magical. And I'll leave you with that. Okay?
Mm-hmm. So we had the pleasure of having this like a treat. It's so lucky to have you doing these readings.
Sasha, one for you. Look, the sun.
Oh, oh.
The sun is a beautiful card of a playful young energy. It's the card of happiness and health and has a lot to do with shining your light, which you do so beautifully all over. And look at that card. Isn't that gorgeous for you? We love from the inner child, and you really love humanity. That pours through you. Thank you.
So that's to focus more on that.
Well, but that's what you do when you're interviewing people like me. You're sharing this light, this awakened
Yeah.
energy with the world, and you're saying, "Look, we are. We're all light workers, aren't we?"
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and it's important that we support each other and that we connect with each
Hmm.
other, and because it can be a very lonely business being out there on your own. And also, you want the friendship and the camaraderie of other light workers,
Right.
because
And
we
we
understand.
tend to be isolated
Yeah,
just from the nature of what we do.
and we understand each other. We understand what it took to get here. We understand the path of becoming a light worker. It's never easy.
That's right.
Never. And many of us have suffered, many of us have had
Mhm.
loss, many of us have had betrayal, you know, you name it, we've lived through it, because the human condition, you know, we somehow somebody wrote the script somewhere long ago that suffering makes good light workers. We have to change that script, don't we?
Mhm. Yeah, it's a belief, a pattern too. Like in order to express life, must we always have to experience so much
I think we
suffering?
I think you and I and many light workers have, you know, not decades but lifetimes behind us. So when we incarnate in a life like now, and even the younger generation, people coming up in their 20s and 30s, very strong light workers out there, they're already
Hmm.
tapped, ready to go. You know what I mean? I'm watching a lot, like yourself, I'm watching a lot of younger people on YouTube and seeing amazing, you know, so tuned in and so aware, and only 25, 30, you know, maybe right past their first Saturn return.
Hmm.
Know this is coming from lifetimes and lifetimes. You know, when I was born in 1956, there was no such word, light worker. You know, even in the 70s, that word
Hmm.
come up really in the last maybe 20 years. So, you know,
Yeah,
I'm very happy to be,
yeah.
you know, part of that experience with everyone. And my door is always open. You can ask any of my friends. I'm always here. I'm always on Facebook. I work on the internet. I teach on the internet. So if you ever want to chat,
But you
Facebook.
bring something so, so unique from the past too that we're losing touch with. You know,
Book.
like the yes.
Remember we talked before we went on
Yeah.
books. Don't throw away your books. You know, don't put them on Kindle. It's such a beautiful experience to hold a book in your hand. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Sit and read it. You know, hold it and smell the pages of it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful experience. You won't get.
Yeah. I
I wish.
remember when we were coming up with the title, you were saying studying the details with Virgo, right? And Virgo would be that one to like going into a library and going through all these material and like
You're
searching for.
we're losing our libraries because people aren't taking books out. I belong to two libraries in London, one here in Kilburn where I live, and one down the road in Queen's Park. And I use them. I have books right now from the library. I
Mhm.
would I they know me by my first name. You know, I brought my daughter there when she was little and got her own library card. And, you know, it's so important that we use these services because we'll lose them. And once we lose the libraries, it's over with.
Mhm.
People will just really not wake up at all. You know, you must read and you must take in the knowledge in order to understand it and enlighten yourself. We must.
Yeah, yeah, and it's different from when you're viewing it online on a computer screen versus paper.
Well, there are good things that you can, I mean, definitely good things that you can read online, and classes you can take. I'm teaching them. But
Hmm.
there's something, you know, my house is filled with books. If you come to my flat, you're going to see books in every room, shelves of books. I don't have enough room, and I've given half of them away to my students, you know, because I've been collecting them since I started, you know, and I now I don't lend them anymore to anyone because they're so precious to me. And you know, the thing about books is they teach you so much. You can sit quietly and read a book. You have given yourself a great gift.
Hmm. Liana says she loves books too
Thank
and
you.
studying.
Thank you, Leanna. It's important to educate ourselves. We are enlightened only if we're educated. We cannot walk around ignorant anymore. We don't it's not Ignorance is not bliss anymore. You know, it's
Hmm.
not bliss. It's not bliss to be stupid, dumbed down, you know, take vaccines, take flu shots. You know, all these things are so bad for children, for people. I was a nurse. I gave up nursing so I didn't have to vaccinate anymore, honestly. And that was 1983.
Hmm.
And I knew
And
that
now it's a lot more intense.
my daughter's not vaccinated. She's healthy as a horse. She's never had a cavity. She's 22 this month. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she has no physical, problems whatsoever.
Yeah. So we need more examples around like
And I know plenty of people who don't vaccinate their children. And if the law says you have to vaccinate, you can find plenty of reasons not. There are
that.
ways, but this is a big problem in the States right now. It's not so much here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like standing up to the system.
In California, which used to be the biggest, hippiest place in the world. When I lived there, it was peace, love, rock and roll. Everybody was a vegan, everybody was into health foods, and nobody would dream of putting that garbage in their system. So things have changed. See, if we don't keep up, they slip or they slip,
Slip, yeah, they slide it in. Yeah.
they slip it in, and this is why it's so important. So Leanna's a teacher. Okay, honey. I love studying. Me too. Me too. Books are take you to places you can never get, really. And there are great books on not just fiction but nonfiction on how to do things like the Rabbi's Tarot. Imagine, many people don't understand that the Kabbalah, this is just one of many books of mine, but the Kabbalah is for everyone. It's not many Jewish people don't even know what the Kabbalah is. Okay, so Sanskrit is for everyone. You know what I mean? These are things that are for everyone. These are out here.
Mhm.
You want to learn the tarot? I always recommend this to my students because Kabbalah is part of the tarot. The tarot comes from Kabbalah.
Right.
If you don't read it, you don't know it. How will you find that out? So,
Mhm.
all right, my darling, I've probably talked.
So as you all can tell, Sean can
I can talk about the
teach you a lot.
third,
She
third
has a
house.
lot to share, a lot of passion. If you
Yes.
want to join her course or book a reading with her, she'd be more than happy to help you out there. Just
Yes.
so much to share and combining like wisdom and knowledge from different areas is a really powerful thing to bring together.
Thank you, Sasha. It's
Um,
nice to know you. Thank you so much for having me on and
yeah,
thank you.
thank you for coming on such short notice too.
My pleasure.
Synchronicities.
I'm
Oh,
going to say God bless, good night, and namaste.
yeah, and we'll post the links for people to check out your website and yeah, any social media and all that. So
Remember,
have a great new moon.
have a
Yeah, what
great.
do you
I was going to say, if you want to come and learn the tarot with me, it starts September 18th, which is not too far away. So get cracking, give me that email, and I'll give you all the details. And I'd love to have
great?
people in my course, definitely.
Yeah. So you all do that if you're interested. Check it out. And we'll leave at that. And wish you all happy new moon and continuing on the cycle.
Thank you too. Happy new moon in Virgo, Sasha, and all the best.
Yes, you too.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.